try and make this a bit short, but I'll try and keep this a bit short. And yeah, bit of a back-to-back video situation. Let's get straight into it. So, boredom, something that I see more and more often being avoided, whether it's through scrolling, whether it's through, drinking, or any other substances, all that kind of cheap pleasure is not really solving the problem. It's not changing anything, and I found that personally as well. Now, I don't drink, don't smoke, don't do any of that kind of stuff, but I was a very addicted. I was a phone addict, and I'd be like that type of person who would be walking to, say, catch up with his mates, and instead of enjoying the nature on the walk, I instead am just doom scrolling, just constantly scrolling, and after being on this kind of arc of being off my phone as much as I can, I really have come to terms with actually appreciating boredom. And the reason why I appreciate boredom so much is, first of all, it's a bit of a mindset thing. I feel like people categorize things as boring just because they don't enjoy it, and that's the easiest thing that people can do. They choose the easiest decisions rather than the harder decisions that, again, at face value are hard, but in return, in the long run, you might get an experience from it or whatever. But nah, people just choose the easiest option. But anyhow, I noticed that I started appreciating so many things just because I didn't have this stimulating phone in my face all the time, and I was really just kind of immersing myself in whether I'm in the garden, in like some garden or whatever, or I don't know, I'm with animals or something. I really became in the moment, and it was something that was just so surreal to me. It was something that was almost out of those happy Disney shows, where those Disney cartoony shows kind of, where they're just there's just this immense happiness everywhere. That's kind of what I felt, and I feel like you can't get any of that anywhere else other than having experienced boredom, because I feel like eventually when you go, because there's a quote, I don't know if it's a quote, I don't know, anyway, I don't know who this is said by, but it goes like this: the path to hell feels like heaven, and the path to heaven feels like hell. And that's what that moment when I was playing with the animals or in nature felt like. At first it was can't speak. It was shockingly unentertaining and just not enjoyable, but after a while it was actually super enjoyable and something that I just remember and find great pleasure in continuing to do. I feel like with the rise of technology and it getting more and more intelligent when it comes to algorithms and all that kind of clutter, all that kind of stuff, I feel like there's something about it that just can't really simulate what these natural things give you. Now, this is again my opinion and kind of from my experience, but I feel like it's just one of the best things is, finally getting out of that cycle of being just bored internally and kind of escaping it. But you have to go through that kind of boring cycle, but eventually it just feels great. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little rant. Hopefully you got something out of it. I don't know. I love just kind of ranting away about random stuff. But I hope it helped you in some kind of way. And hope you enjoy my little candle.